I've given a few people existential crisis with a few substances, but Ethiopian goat herder in the middle of the desert is definitely a first for me. Maybe I smuggled it in, but at one of the campfires when we were out of the tribes, right, we were obviously trying to entertain ourselves. Some of the stories you've told me off camera for sure. We're trying to entertain ourselves. So we had this ketamine nasal spray, and we were sitting around this fireplace just being idiots. Like we were drinking the local moonshine. So I thought that'd be like a cool experience, but it basically tasted like gasoline. The local guy was like, "I'm gonna go get you guys some of the moonshine." I was like, "Fuck, sick. Let's get drunk." And he came back, and it was in a plastic bottle, and it basically smelled like pure ethanol. So I had to put that down. I wasn't going to turn it away. And then we busted out the ketamine nasal spray, and we were hitting that, obviously being quite reflective of the fireplace. And there was a dude there that had just left goat herding. Goat herding had been his thing for generations, his family's thing. Very proud of the culture of goat herding out there. And he saw what we were doing being idiots. And he looked at the spray and he's like, he didn't even speak the same dialect as the guys we're with, but definitely you see a face that's interested and wants to try something. He hits the ketamine. And he sat looking at the fireplace for 2 hours, not moving. And then the translator came out, and this guy was like, "Never give that to me again." And then 15 minutes later, he's like, "Pass that back." And then this guy basically gave us his speech to a translator afterwards, how he's had all these like visions, and he's like, he was working for I wouldn't even say it's a hotel. There's just really no electricity or anything. Like, we're sleeping in some tents, but he would sort of cook for us. And he'd only just started doing this cooking role. And following the ketamine experience, he's like, "I have to live. I have to return to my roots of goat herding." He's like, "I'm going to cook you breakfast in the morning, and then I'm out of here."
You gave a guy an existential crisis with ketamine.
I've given a few people existential crisis with a few substances, but Ethiopian goat herder in the middle of the desert is definitely a first for me.